As you can see, Al-Abbas, Ahmad, Hamid, and so on, right? And the names on the left are female names. Amina, Zainab, Fatima, and so on, right? Now, the masculine names are normal. The masculine names are normal. What's the first one? Muhammadun. Notice the end of the word. Muhammadun. Hamidun. Right? Khalidun. Taib, and so on. But if you look at the female names, you'll notice there's no tanween. There's no tanween. We don't say Aminatun. We say Aminatu. And that's the case for all of the female names. Aminatu, Zainabu, Fatimatu, all the way down, right? So this is what we call in Arabic al-mamnu' min as-sarf. Al-mamnu', I'll write it down. It's never mind if you don't remember this name, it's okay. Okay, we call this al-mamnu' min as-sarf. الممنوع من الصرف. الممنوع من الصرف. طيب this is a question. من الصرف ومن الصرف ومن الصرف. Sarfi, why? Min. Because min. Remember we spoke about huruf al-jar, the letters like ila, ala, to, on, and so on. They are, and min is one of them, they make the next word majrur or kasra. Mamnu' min as-sarf are words, wa alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah. The mamnu' min as-sarf are words that do not, number one, do not accept tanween. Mamnu' min as-sarf are words that one, do not accept tanween. And number two, do not accept kasra. They do not accept tanween and they do not accept kasra. Tayyib. Like what? Like what? Like the female names. Like the female names. Okay, only the female names? No, there are other categories of words that are mamnu' min as-sarf, but so far the book is going into the female names. So that's one category. Then we have other things as well, right? So it does not accept tanween and does not accept kasra. So for example, if the female names, okay, one of the words that are mamnu' min as-sarf are,
so these are only for female names.
These rules apply to a few groups of words, a few categories. One of those categories are female names. So for example, Amina, the first one in the examples in the book, Amina is a female name, yes or no? Yes. It's a female name. Can I say Aminatun? No. No, why? It's because Amina is mamnu' min as-sarf. Can I say Aminatan? Can I say Aminatin? No, because it does not accept, because it's mamnu' min as-sarf, it does not accept kasra. It does not accept tanween. And it also does not accept kasra. So I have to say Aminatu. But can I say Aminata as well? Yes, if depending on the word, the place of the word in the sentence. It could be Aminatu, it could be Aminata. That one we'll learn later, but it can accept fatha because it's not tanween. We cannot say Aminatan, but we can say Aminata. We can say Aminatu, we can say Aminata, but can we say Aminati? No. Aminati tak boleh. Tak boleh. And this is the rule, this is the rules for all of the words that are mamnu' min as-sarf. Other categories of words that are mamnu' min as-sarf, like for example, male names that are non-Arab, non-Arabic. Like for example, Ibrahim. Is Ibrahim an Arabic name? No. Abraham was not Arab.
I know that.
Huh?
How do we know?
Because he was in Babylon, which is considered Iraq. And when he migrated, he was in Sham as well. And none of these regions, the only time he went to the Arabian Peninsula was when he left his wife and his son. Right? Ismail and Hajar, he left them. But he used to go back to his homeland, which was in Iraq. So he was not an Arab. Right?
Okay, to us, when they say Arab,
Yeah.
everyone in the Middle East except the Iranian.
But Arab, when we say Arab in this context, we mean specifically the original Arabs, meaning Hijaz, the Saudi Arabia, the Arabian Peninsula. Huh? Jazira al-Arabiya. What's the Jazira al-Arabiya? Includes Saudi Arabia, includes Bahrain, includes Qatar, Oman, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all of these countries. Yemen as well is included. Right? This is the Arabian Peninsula. The countries outside of that region are not considered Arab. Like Sham, Syria, Egypt, Jordan and Palestine, Lebanon. Like Egypt, like Sudan, Libya, Algeria and so on. Morocco, Iraq, Iran. These are not considered Arab. The Arabian Peninsula, the Arabs.
Yeah, because
Orang Arab Asal.
Ibrahim is in the Quran and so everything is.
So yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, but Ibrahim is in the Quran.
Yeah.
But Fir'aun is in the Quran too. Adam is in the Quran. Was Adam an Arab?
No.
He wasn't Arab.
What was he then?
Allahu Alam. Some people say the two sons or the two tribes, are like the Adam, the first tribes were. There's different opinions, I think. Some say India.
Yes, that is Sri Lanka.
Some say. And there's different opinions. Allahu Alam. Allah knows best. Allah knows best. So anyway, some say Adam was a black man, like African.
Who else in the Quran mentioned in the Quran apart from Fir'aun and Ibrahim or non-Arabs?
Majority.
Majority.
All of the prophets and the messengers were non-Arab, except for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Salih.
Saleh.
No, Ismail is the son of Ibrahim, so it's not Arab. What do you call it? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Salih, and who else? Huh? No, Musa Harun, not Arab. There's another one. There's another Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Salih, and there's one more. I forgot who. Let's look. Let's have a quick look. I remember there's one more prophet, and that's it. And then the rest are all non-Arabs. SubhanAllah, I forgot the other.
But then Prophet Muhammad
Sallallahu
was from the progeny of Ismail.
Yes,
But why was Ismail not an Arab? Whereas Muhammad was.
because the Prophet ﷺ was born as an Arab. If you follow your lineage, you'll be from the progeny of someone in Yemen, for example. But are you Arab? You're not Arab. You're Malay, right? Maybe if I follow my lineage, I'll follow back to Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi, the Kurdish. But I don't tell people I'm Kurdish. I do sometimes, but just to like give history, right? But I'm not. I wouldn't consider myself Kurdish. I'm Lebanese, or even now, actually, even Lebanese is disputed because I was born in Australia. So, so if I say Lebanese, maybe really I'm Australian. But of course, I'm Lebanese by race, right? But I'm not Kurdish by race. I can say I have Kurdish lineage or heritage or ancestry, but I cannot say I am Kurdish. But I can say I am Lebanese because my parents were Lebanese. Do you know what I mean? So the Prophet ﷺ was Arab, even though he came from Ismail, who was not an Arab. من الأنبياء هود صالح شعيب. طيب هود صالح شعيب and the Prophet ﷺ. Well, some say Ismail was. Some say he was because he was in Mecca. But Allahu Alam, that could be disputed because was he born? He wasn't born in Mecca. He was already a child when Ibrahim took him to Mecca. Anyway, the name, because here we're saying the Arab names are normal. The non-Arab names are mamnu' min as-sarf. For the male, for the masculine. For the females, all of the female names are mamnu' min as-sarf. So any female name, you never see tanween. You never see tanween. Khadija tu. We don't say Khadija tun. For example, Maryamu. We don't say Maryamun. But with the male names, it's only the Arab names. The non-Arab names that are mamnu' min as-sarf, and the male names that end with ta al-marbuta, like Hamza, like Talha, and so on. So we say Hamza tu, not Hamzatun. Talha tu, not Talhatun. Like this. That's why in the Quran, you look in the Quran, you always say Ismailu, Ibrahimu, Ibrahima. You never say Ibrahimun, or you never say Ibrahimi. Because mamnu' min as-sarf cannot accept tanween and it cannot accept kasra. So the names on the right are male names, and the names on the left are female names. We'll read them, inshallah. Ukhti, would you like to start reading the names on the right side?
Muhammadun.
Yeah, can continue.
Khalidun. Hamidun. Yasirun. Ammarun. Sa'idun. Aliyun.
Aliyun.
Aliyun. Abbasun.
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 Excellent. Take the female names, Ukhti Shima.
Aminatu, Zainabu, Fatimatu, Maryamu, Aishatu, Khadijatu, Safiyatu,
Ruqayyatu.
Ruqayyatu.
Safiyatu, Ruqayyatu, Maryamu, But with the male names, Hamidun, Muhammadun, Khalidun, and so on. Okay? So these are So the names on the left are mamnu' min as-sarf. The names on the right are normal. The names on the left are mamnu' min as-sarf. Say with me, mamnu' min as-sarf. Mamnu' min as-sarf. What does it actually mean, mamnu' min as-sarf? Linguistically, it means you cannot deal with a word the same way you deal with normal words. Normal word, for example, kitabun. I can put harf jar and say ilal or fi al-kitabi. I can change the kitabu to kitabi. In the sentence, these are the rules, right? But with words that are mamnu' min as-sarf, I cannot make those same changes because it doesn't accept tanween and it doesn't accept kasra. I can still change. So, okay, there's a question now. What happens if I have a word that is mamnu' min as-sarf, but it's preceded by harf jar? Like, for example, I want to say, let's say, for example, I went to Amina. So dhahabtu, I would say, let me clear this first so you can all see. Dhahabtu means I went. Ila, to. This is harf jar. Amina. Now here, the word Amina is mamnu' min as-sarf. And we know the word ila is harf jar. So normally I would say ila aminati. But Amina cannot accept kasra. So what do? We put fatha instead. Ila aminata. This is grammar, Arabic grammar. That's why in the Quran you see, for example, what does Allah say in Surah Al-Baqarah? It would be nice to, it'd be nice if we had the projector. And it's on automatically, or it needs setting up and. Would like to bring up verses, yeah? Okay, how do we switch it on? From underneath? Can I just press this button on?
No.
Yeah? No? Okay. We have the technician coming. Yes, I know that. And I'm not a technical person. I'm a complicated person, but I'm not a technical. Just to show you examples in the Quran. I'll just move this aside. How do we connect it? From there? Is it from there? If we want to connect, like go on a website. Yeah?
We have to open the. Have to.
On the laptop, okay.
Online. They have wireless.
Yes, no worries.
Ustaz, Maryam is not Arabic word.
Maryam is not an Arabic word.
It's not Arabic name.
It's not an Arabic word. Which website? We can go to Quran.com. Or maybe go to Furqan. Yeah. No, I'll go to a different site, which is Furqan.
Huh?
I'll go.
Furqan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to here. All right. Oh, you don't have Arabic keyboard? Oh, mas'ala besar ini. Tak ada bahasa Arab on the keyboard. I have to add the keyboard, yeah. Add the language. Keyboard with keyboard, okay. Keyboard. How do I add the keyboard? I need a technical person here. Let me use input page. How do I add? Wait, why doesn't it have an option to add the keyboard? There's no option to actually add a language to the keyboard. It has Windows Display Language. Do I have to add that? Maybe Windows Display Language first.
Yeah.
Let's put Windows Display Language Arabic.
You've got a
Al-Arabi.
WhatsApp message.
Arabic. Let's just put Saudi. Okay. Arabic. Okay. Yeah. Okay, look here. It says, let me sit down. Okay, look at Muhammad. Look at the word Muhammad. Is Muhammad mamnu' min as-sarf?
No.
No. Okay, how do I? Ya Allah. Let me zoom in. All right. See here? ما كان محمد إلا رسول. طيب ما كان محمد أبا أحد من رجالكم. طيب والذين آمنوا. Here's an example of Muhammad when it is majrur. والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وآمنوا بما نزل على محمد. Why is it Muhammadin? Because ala is a harf jar, right? So tanween, it's accepted. But let's go to one of the female names or one of the non-Arab male names, like Ismail. Ismail. Okay, here. Oh, ya Allah, this is very annoying. Okay. طيب وإذ يرفع إبراهيم القواعد من البيت وإسماعيل. يعني when Ibrahim built the foundations of the Kaaba and Ismail also. Look, it doesn't say Ibrahimun, nor does it say Ismailun, because both of these are non-Arab names. طيب here إلى قولوا آمنا بالله وما أنزل إلينا وما أنزل إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق ويعقوب. These names are all non-Arab names. These are all non-Arab names. Ila is a harf jar. It should be, if it was any other, if it was an Arab name, it would be Ila Muhammadin wa Khalidin wa Hamidin. But instead it's Ila Ibrahima wa Ismaila wa Ishaqa, because the fatha replaces the kasra, because the words that are mamnu' min as-sarf do not accept tanween and they do not accept kasra. Also the female names, if we go to Maryam in the Quran, look, Isa ibn Maryama. Isa, the son of Maryam. Normally the son of, the next word will be majrur. Like for example, if I want to say Muhammad, let's say for example Najib, the son of Muhammad, I would say Najib ibn Muhammadin. But here Maryam or Isa ibn Maryama, because it cannot accept, because Maryam is mamnu' min as-sarf, so it cannot accept tanween and it cannot accept kasra. So instead of kasra we put fatha.
Is there such a word as
Maryamu,
Mariamu?
yeah. The word is Maryam. The name is Maryam. But the u, the a, the in, un, and all of these that are attached to words have grammatical implications. They don't change the meaning of the word itself, but they change how the word is used.
One Arab guy
Yeah.
was teaching us many years ago, who says in the Quran Maryam is always Maryama, never Maryamu.
Is that what you mean? No, there is Maryamu in the Quran, I believe. Let me see. Maryamu? Is that what he said? There's no Maryama? There's no Maryamu? Oh, maybe there's no Maryamu. Here it is. Yeah, Maryamu. إذ قالت الملائكة يا مريم إن الله يبشرك بكلمة منه. Maryamu. There is Maryamu. But it looks like the majority are Maryama. All right. So the grammatical. What are the grammatical? This is a bit like, I don't want to get too much into grammatical things because I don't want to come next week and everyone is absent. but just while we're on the topic, when is a word Maryamu, or when is a word Dhamma, when is a Fatha? We already know when it's kasra. Sometimes one of the reasons the word can be kasra is when it is preceded by harf jar. That's one of the reasons. One of the main implications, not the only implication, but one of the main implications of having this different haraka, different diacritic, is because if we want to know the doer of an action, or we want to know the thing that the action is being done to, that is determined by the haraka. So for example, that's it, we finished with the Uncle Shaib, we finished with the projector. So for example, yeah, done. So for example, yeah, we'll switch it off first.
Okay, you can proceed.
Okay. So basically, this is one of the implications of the grammar in the Arabic language. One of the main implications is that the haraka of the word helps us to determine the the context, even though the meaning of the word remains the same. So for example, I'll give you an example. If I want to say Khalid ate, let's say Khalid ate Hamid, right? Or let's use a more realistic example. I was just trying to be a bit funny. Daraba. Taib, daraba, which means hit. So we say daraba, daraba. If I just say who hit, we have to mention. If I say Khalid, if I say Khalid, if I say to you Daraba Khalid Hamid, if I just say Daraba Khalid Hamid, in the Arabic language, if I say in English, for example, Shima hit Shu'aib. Do you like that one? Shima hit Shu'aib. Who's the one doing the hitting? Shima. Why? Because I mentioned her first. But if I say Shu'aib hit Shima, then who's the one doing the hitting? Shu'aib. Why? Because I mentioned him first. But in Arabic, that's not necessarily the case. This sentence, if I just say Daraba Khalid Hamid, it could, usually the first one is the one who will be doing the action, usually. But it's not necessary. It could mean that Hamid is the one who hit Khalid. It doesn't have to go by the order. So how will I know who is the one doing the hitting and who is the one who is receiving the hitting? From the harakat. So the one doing any action, because this is a verb, this is an action. This is a fi'al. We call it in Arabic fi'al, which is a verb, which is an action. Right? Now, the one doing the action is determined by the Dhamma. We call the state of the word marfu'. Like how we say the word when it's kasra, we say it's majroor. A word can be marfu', meaning it's in the state, dhamma, meaning it's a state of marfu', being marfu'. So here, if I want to say Khalid is the one who hit Hamid, I would say Khalidun. It indicates to me that Khalid is the one doing the action of hitting. But let's say Hamid is the one doing the hitting. Let's say Hamid was the one doing the hitting. I can say Daraba Khalid Hamidun. So who is the one doing the hitting now? Hamid is doing the hitting because this word shows, it indicates. We have a rule saying the dua of an action is always marfu'. Marfu', I don't know how to do ayn in English anyway. Marfu', like this, marfu'. What does marfu' mean? One of the ways to show a word is marfu' is through dhamma or tanween dhamma. Right? Then how do we indicate that a word that a person the action is being done to him? We do that by putting fatha. So Daraba Khalidan. will be this tanween fatha or this fatha shows the word is in a state of, we call, I don't want to get into the terminologies because we're not really here to, we don't want to dwell too much into the grammar at this point. But basically, this is how we show this is the person doing the action. This is how we show the person is the one receiving the action. So I could say daraba. If I just say daraba Khalid Hamid, you don't know which one who. But if I say daraba Khalidun Hamidan, then you know Khalidun is the one who hit, and Hamidan is the one who was being hit. Likewise, Tirbali, daraba Khalidan Hamidun. Means Hamid is the one who hit Khalid, even though Khalid was mentioned before Hamid.
So even in spoken, the tanween is mentioned.
In proper Arabic, yes. In Fusha, classical Arabic, the way the Arabs used to speak, the tanween would be mentioned, yes. That's how the Arabs spoke. But in current day Arabic or dialect or Amiya, like the local Arabic of certain countries, they don't use this tanween. So they'll just say, daraba Khalid Hamid. Or they'll mention it first, Khalid daraba Hamid. Khalid hit Hamid, like English. But the proper Arabic is like this.
But to say the name first grammatically is wrong.
To say the name first? No, you can't say the name first. You can't say that.
Khalidun daraba Hamidan.
Daraba,
No, instead of
using the name first, you can. The origin is we use the verb first. But we can use the name first. Khalid daraba Hamidan. Khalidun daraba Hamidan. Why is this important to learn if in the Arabs now, when they speak Arabic, they don't apply the tanween and all of this? Because we want to understand the Quran. We want to understand the Quran. There's a verb. How did all these haraka and all of this evolve? Or how did it come about? You want to write? Okay. Go ahead. Finish writing and then we'll continue.
So in this case, it was Hamidun who hit Hamid who hit Khalid.
Yes. That's why in Arabic you can't really translate word for word in order. Because that's one of the reasons. Look, if I translate word for word, he hit. Daraba means he hit. Khalid. Hamid. It wouldn't make sense in that order, right? But by understanding the concept, that's why we learn the grammar. When you understand the concept, then you can understand the meaning of the sentence. Done? Yep. Everyone else done? All right. All right. I'll give you an example in the Quran. In you know, when the Quran was revealed, some of the companions wrote down. When they used to write, Arabic was a spoken language, very much spoken. The Arabs were not educated like the Roman in terms of literacy, like writing and reading and all of that. Because I don't want you to understand uneducated, like not smart. No, they're very smart people, but they weren't literate, right? So when they used to write, so it was more, the language was more, the strength was in the speaking the language, not in the writing the language. That's why the Quran was sent to the Arabs. They memorized it. That was no issue for them, right? But there were still companions who could write, and they wrote it down, right? So when they used to, but it wasn't the main source of, we know that it was not the main source of preservation of the Quran. So when they used to write, they never had, it wasn't a strong language, written language in terms of like how it is today with the harakat and all of this. They used to write, for example, let's say I want to say my name is Taib, my name is, for example, Taib. What's that say? Example. This says Ismi Najib. Ismi Najib. Hala, what happened was this looks the same like this, for example. But the Arabs know, okay, this word, for example, the alif and then the mim after it, this will be a sin. But someone who doesn't speak Arabic or doesn't know Arabic might mistaken it for another letter. So they had to put, for example, these things to differentiate it from other letters. And then they had the problem with, okay, how do we, now I look at that, I know that's Ismi, right? But a non-Arab who doesn't know the language, he might look at it and think it's Ishmi. So to differentiate the sheen from the sin, they put dots on the sheen. So the way the letters are written today, it evolved. It wasn't like that in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. It evolved, and then the dots on the letters like Ya, and then the Noon, and then the Jim, and then Ba. The dots came later. The dots didn't exist before. Then when all of these things were added like this and the dots, right? Then when they were all added, that was like the main language. Now with the dots, the written language. Then someone made a mistake with the Quran. So after all of this was developed or evolved, after all of this evolved, then there was there was a verse in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. Let me clear this so I can write it in one line better. Oh, no, we don't want haraka yet. Okay. Tayyib. This verse, it means, innama, verily, Yakhsha means fear. Allah from His slaves, the scholars. When one of the non-Arabs, when the Islam reached him and the Quran reached him, he read this verse like as such. إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهُ. But the verse is actually إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ ha. مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاء. Now if I say إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهُ, what does that mean? Allah is the doer. Allah is the one who fears. Who does He fear? The ulama. So this is just a change in the harakah made it a statement of kufr. So this was spotted by someone, I believe, in the time of Ali radiallahu anhu, and then this issue became a concern that those new Muslims who were learning the Quran are going to make major mistakes like this. So then the harakat were added so that people don't make these mistakes. So when you say إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ, even if you don't understand Arabic, you're going to say ha because the harakah is there, right? So then al-ulama. So here the dhamma, what does it show? That the ulama are the ones who fear, and the one being feared is Allah. In English, we would just say, for example, Khalid fears Hamid. So Khalid is the one who fears because he's mentioned first. But here in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioned first. It doesn't mean Allah is doing the action in this case, because we have to look at the harakah. This is the reason why we learn the grammar in the Arabic language, because grammar has implication on the meaning. But remember that, and keep this in mind as we learn, as we go along, that the main objective of learning the Arabic language is to understand the meaning, not the grammar. The grammar is just a tool that we use to facilitate that learning the meaning. But it is not the objective in and of itself. Some people learn Arabic, nowadays you need the grammar. That's the process of learning Arabic. You have to learn grammar as well, right? But people who are brought up in Arabic speaking environments, they learn the language and the meaning without learning the grammar. They've achieved the main objective, right? So the main objective is not the grammar, the main objective is the meaning. But it's important to learn the grammar because it helps us to understand the meaning.
Does the name Allah is Arabic?
Allah is from the word ilah. Ilah, which means deity that is worshipped. But ilah could apply to any ilah, a deity that is falsely worshipped. It could be an ilah. But Allah is the only deity that is worthy of worship. That's why we say Allah is the only one worthy of worship, because He's the only ilah. There's a lot of ilah, meaning objects that people take as worship, but Allah is the only ilah that is worthy of worship.
Can we apply?
It's a name of Allah. Huh?
Can we apply tanween to Allah? The word?
Yes. Qul huwa Allahu ahadun. Qul huwa Allahu ahadun.
So, is it wrong if we put yaksha Allah and
Yes, that would be wrong. That would be wrong.
Because just now we are Muhammadan, right?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. because it's not mamnu' min as-sarf. Maybe this is maybe this is special or specific to the name of Allah. Maybe this is something specific to the name of Allah.
Has there been tanween for Allah in any sentences?
Tanween, but not tanween fatha.
Oh, not done with
Not tanween fatha.
Ilahi.
So it's like a unique. The name of Allah is unique. Oh, sorry. What am I saying? Allah. Sorry. No, there's no tanween. There's no tanween at all. Yeah, there's no tanween at all. But it's not mamnu' min as-sarf because the name of Allah accepts kasra. So this is the name of Allah. This is how we use it. Why? Allahu alam. Allahu alam. Tayyib. We'll leave it there, inshallah, for today. And next week we'll continue with the book. Can I clear this? Yeah. بارك الله فيكم. سبحانك